Hey guys, it's Ben from Ben's Homebrew, and it's about 7 o'clock in the morning, and today I'm going to be brewing up an all-grain batch of beer. And what I'm going to try to do today is I'm going to try to make this as painless and as simple as possible, because all-grain brewing can be extremely simple, or it can be as complex as you want it to be. So I'll probably be doing a little bit more handheld with the camera. If it gets a little bit shaky, just bear with me. I'm just trying to get you guys some good information. So let's get this beer going. Okay, as you can see, I have my temperature, my strike water temperature, up to where I want it to be. It's just shy of about 170, something like that. That's what I like to hit it at. Over here, I have my mash tun. I have a 70-quart Coleman Extreme mash tun. The CPVC manifold is actually from my 48-quart rectangular cooler. I just haven't had a chance to make a manifold for this one, and this one does just fine for me right now as it is. Since my water's up to temperature right now, I am going to add some of this stuff right here. This stuff is some 5.2 pH stabilizer. What it does is it automatically dials in your mash pH to 5.2, which is the optimal pH for mashing to get the most out of your starches and converting them into sugars. So I'm just going to dump a little bit of this stuff in. I just eyeball this stuff. That's probably good. I'm going to stir this up, and we're going to start stirring in the grains and getting the mash going. Okay, I don't preheat my mash tun. I actually have my system dialed in so that I can just heat it up to the temperature that I want it to be, and then I open up my ball valve here and I just start letting the water come in like that. And once I get some water in there, then I'll start to add some of the grains and I'll start doughing in. One other thing about the 5.2 pH stabilizer is that it's kind of the cheating method. You know, it just automatically dials in your system for you, which is nice. If you know what your water's pH is and what kind of minerals and everything, the hardness of your water, you can figure out what your mash pH is going to be. I just use a 5.2 because it's a lot easier. I'm going to fill this up and start adding some grain and doughing in. Okay, I'm doughed in, and I don't know if you can see this, but I'm hitting right about 152, something like that. It's just a little bit shy of what I want to hit for my mash temps. I'm not too concerned about it. I'll still get conversion. Everything will be alright, and I'll create good beer. Speaking about the beer, the one thing that I also wanted to mention was whenever you do your strike water, what I do is I will use 1 1/4 quarts per pound of grain. So today I was using about 7.5 gallons of strike water for 27 pounds of grain. I'm also making a honey smoked porter. It's one of the kits that I designed for my store. I'm doing an all-grain batch for a charity event for the Brew at the Zoo. It's a micro brew fest, and it's going to be good. It smells really good. This is what the mash looks like. It looks yummy, huh? I'm going to have some coffee, and I'm going to start getting this Vorloff going, and then we'll be right back. Okay, I have my Vorloff going. I have a tube connected to my pump. It's coming down this side into here. It's coming out this way. This is how I control my flow rate right here. When you're Vorloffing, which basically just means recycling the actual liquid inside of the grains, you want to Vorloff until the liquid runs clear inside here. Let me see if I can show you. I have just a little bit coming out of the end of the tube. That's all you want. You don't want a lot. I place a piece of aluminum foil in there so that I can not disturb the grain bed whenever I actually go to sparge. If you want, you can poke some holes in that. You can see the color in there. It's a nice brown color. And one other thing that I forgot to mention whenever you're actually sparging, or whenever you're actually mashing in, is that you want to make sure that you stir up your grain really well, because you don't want any kind of doughy clumps in there. Otherwise you're going to be missing out on conversion. So I mashed in, and you know, it took me about 15 minutes to mash in. I'm probably going to take about another 15 minutes to vorloff this, and then I'm going to start sparging. Traditionally, you want to, a lot of people will mash for about 60 minutes and then they'll start sparging. That's not how I do it. I think that, you know, the majority of your conversion is going to happen within the first 15 to 20 minutes. And with the mash time with mashing in around 15 minutes and vorloff with 15 minutes, that'll give me about 30 minutes total time, which I think is plenty for conversion. I don't bother doing any kind of iodine test. I don't think that it's necessary. Grain's going to convert. You don't really need to worry about that stuff. Alright, I'm going to let this vorloff, and I'm going to get my sparge water ready. Okay, I got my sparge temperature up to about 180, 185, something like that. That's what I like. I'm going to start sparging this right here. You can check out my system right now. It's raining a little bit. I have some heat shields right here, just some standard plywood, so I don't melt my my actual mash tun. And then I have everything still set up. Vorloffing was a success. Everything's nice and clear. You can see inside here. See how nice and clear that is? That's good runoff. I'm going to start sparging this. There are two ways to sparge. One is a fly sparge and a batch sparge, and I will get into that in just 1 second. But once I start sparging, it's going to come up around over here and into my kettle over here. And I'm using my little plate chiller right here to hold in my tube.